Welcome coin lovers. Today, we're revealing the top 5 most valuable Jefferson nickels, rare dates, mint errors, and hidden gems that dealers are actively hunting right now. These prices are updated, and some values will shock you. Stop scrolling if you've ever held a Jefferson nickel, because some of these 5-cent coins are worth thousands today, and most people spend them without knowing. Here's the good news. You don't need gold coins or ancient money. These Jefferson nickels were made for everyday use, meaning you could already own one. Right now, the first up, the most wanted Jefferson nickel 1946. Today, we are talking about one of the most searched and misunderstood coins in American numismatic history, the 1946 Jefferson nickel. Many people online claim this coin is worth millions, and that collectors around the world are hunting for it. But what is the real truth? And what should you actually be looking for if you own this coin? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you will know the real value, the myths, the rare varieties, and how collectors truly judge this historic nickel. The Jefferson nickel was first introduced in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel, and by 1946 America was just coming out of World War II, which makes this coin historically important. The obverse features Thomas Jefferson, and the reverse shows Monticello, his famous home. The 1946 nickel was struck at 3 different mints: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, and millions of these coins were produced, which is the first key reason why most of them are not worth millions. A regular circulated 1946 Jefferson nickel is usually worth only a small amount, often just a few cents above face value, even in uncirculated condition. Most examples range from a few dollars to a few tens of dollars depending on quality. So where does the $1 million story come from? This is where error coins and condition rarity come into play. Some collectors confuse the 1946 nickel with extremely rare error coins, or with other Jefferson nickels that have sold for very high prices at auction. Coins that reach 6 figures or more are almost always unique error strikes, proof condition rarities, or coins with dramatic minting mistakes such as off-metal strikes, double dies, or major planchet errors. For the 1946 Jefferson nickel, there are no confirmed examples that have sold for millions. However, there are valuable versions that can still be worth serious money. One of the most important things collectors look for is condition. A coin graded MS-67 or higher by a professional grading service can be worth hundreds or even thousands, especially if it has strong full steps on Monticello. Full steps means that the steps at the base of Monticello are clearly defined and unbroken. This detail is very rare and greatly increases value. Another factor is mint mark. The San Francisco and Denver issues can sometimes command higher prices in top condition, but again, only when professionally graded and preserved perfectly. Errors are where excitement really begins. A genuine mint error from 1946, such as a dramatic off-center strike, a clipped planchet, or a strong double die, can be very valuable, but these are extremely rare and often misidentified online. Many people see machine doubling or damage and believe they have a fortune, which, sadly, is not the case. Real errors show specific characteristics and must be verified by experts. If you think you have a rare example, never clean the coin and never trust random online price lists. Instead, consult a reputable coin dealer or grading service. Now let us talk about the psychology behind $1 million coin stories. These videos and posts spread quickly because they give hope and excitement to everyday people, but experienced collectors know that true $1 million coins are usually well documented, auctioned publicly, and already known in the numismatic world. If a 1946 Jefferson nickel worth millions truly existed, it would already be famous and recorded in major auction histories. That does not mean your coin has no value. It means the value depends on reality, not rumors. Collecting coins is about history, patience, and knowledge, not just quick riches. The 1946 Jefferson nickel is a wonderful piece of American history and a great starting point for new collectors. If you enjoy hunting through change, learning about mint marks, and understanding grading, then this coin still has a place in your collection, even without a $1 million price tag. If you want to build real value, focus on education, storage, condition, and authenticity. And remember, the real treasure in coin collecting is knowing what you have and why it matters. Thank you for watching Coins Collector. And if you enjoy deep, honest coin content, make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video with collectors around the world. Now, let's go deeper into how collectors actually evaluate a Jefferson nickel and why condition can completely change the story of a coin. When experts examine a 1946 nickel, they look at strike quality, luster, surface preservation, and originality. Sharply struck coin with booming luster and no signs of wear is far more desirable than one that has been circulated for years, even if both coins share the same date and mint mark. This is why professional grading is so important, because it creates trust in the marketplace. Without certification, most high-value coins will never reach their full potential value. Other important topic is proofs. Many people mistakenly believe that all shiny Jefferson nickels are rare proofs, but proof coins were specially made for collectors and have mirror-like surfaces, sharp details, and squared rims. The 1946 proof Jefferson nickel was produced in limited numbers compared to circulation strikes, and in high grade, it can be valuable, but still not in the millions. Even pristine proof examples generally sell for hundreds or sometimes thousands, depending on grade and eye appeal. World collectors also play a role in value. Demand from international buyers can push prices higher, especially for coins with exceptional quality. America remains one of the strongest coin collecting markets in the world, with thousands of collectors searching for top population coins. This global demand is why prices for rare condition examples continue to rise slowly over time. But again, this growth is based on rarity and documented sales, not viral rumors. Storage is another key factor that many beginners ignore. Coins stored improperly can lose value quickly. Exposure to moisture, fingerprints, heat, and cleaning chemicals can permanently damage a coin. Always store valuable nickels in proper holders such as mylar flips, capsules, or certified slabs. Never clean a coin. Cleaning removes original surfaces and can reduce value by more than half, even on a rare date. Collectors prefer natural toning and honest wear over artificial shine. Education, your greatest investment. Study auction results, learn to recognize real mint errors, understand grading standards, and follow trusted numismatic sources. This knowledge protects you from disappointment and helps you build a collection with real long-term value. The truth is, the idea of finding $1 million coin in pocket change is exciting, but extremely rare. However, finding a coin worth $50, $100, or even $1,000 is very possible with patience and learning, and those wins are what keep collectors passionate. The 1946 Jefferson nickel presents a chapter in post-war America, a time when the nation was rebuilding and everyday objects like coins carried history in people's pockets. That story alone gives the coin meaning beyond money. And as collectors, we preserve that history for future generations. If you are searching rolls or inherited a collection, take your time, examine each coin carefully, and enjoy the process, because every collector journey starts with curiosity and grows with experience. Stay tuned to Coins Collector for more honest coin values, rare finds, and collector education. And remember, knowledge is the real currency in numismatics. Coins Collector, the channel where history, rarity, and hidden value come together. Today, we are talking about one of the most searched and misunderstood coins in the United States, the 1983 Jefferson nickel, a coin many people online claim is worth millions of dollars and wanted by collectors all over the world. But what is the truth? And why are so many people holding this coin, hoping it will change their lives? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you will understand. By the end of this video, you will understand exactly what makes a Jefferson nickel valuable and why the year 1983 is surrounded by rumors, excitement, and confusion. First, let's talk about the basics. The Jefferson nickel has been in circulation since 1938, featuring Thomas Jefferson on the front and Monticello on the back. In 1983, the United States Mint produced hundreds of millions of nickels in Philadelphia and Denver. This was not a rare year in terms of mintage, which already tells experienced collectors something very important. A normal 1983 Jefferson nickel found in pocket change is usually worth face value 5 cents. So where does the idea of millions come from? This is where things get interesting, and also where many people are misled. The answer lies in mint errors, condition, rarity, and collector psychology, not in the date alone. In 1983, Something unusual happened. The US Mint stopped putting mint sets into circulation, which means fewer high-quality uncirculated coins were preserved. This caused top-grade examples to become harder to find over time, especially coins graded Ms. 67 or higher by professional grading services, and while these coins are not worth millions, they can be worth hundreds, and in rare cases thousands of dollars at auction. Now let's talk about errors, because this is the part that creates headlines and viral videos. Error coins are mistakes made during the minting process, such as off-center strikes, double dies, clipped planchets, broad strikes, and wrong planchet errors. If a 1983 Jefferson nickel has a dramatic verified mint error and is certified by PCGs or NGC, then its value can jump significantly. Some rare error nickels have sold for several $1,000s, and in extreme cases rare US error coins from other years have reached six figures, but there is no confirmed sale of a 1983 Jefferson nickel for millions of dollars. This is a myth repeated again and again online, often without proof. Now let's address the most valuable Jefferson nickels ever sold. Some Jefferson nickels from earlier years, like the 1942 to 1945 wartime silver nickels, or rare proof errors, or unique planchet mistakes, have reached very high prices. These coins are valuable because they are truly rare, historically important, and verified by experts. Value in coin collecting is built on three pillars: rarity, demand, and condition. Without all three, no coin reaches extreme value. So if you have a 1983 nickel at home, what should you do? First, check the mint mark. Look for P or D near the date. Next, examine the coin closely under magnification. Look for doubling, cracks, missing letters, or strange shapes. Then check the condition. Is it shiny, sharp, and untouched, or worn and dull? If you believe you have something unusual, do not clean the coin. Cleaning destroys value. Instead, have it evaluated by a professional grading service or a trusted coin dealer. Remember, most people who became wealthy from coins did not believe every viral claim. They studied, learned, and verified information. This channel exists to protect collectors from misinformation and help you understand real value, not fake hype. So the truth is simple: a regular 1983 Jefferson nickel is not worth millions, but a rare verified error in perfect condition could be worth a life-changing amount. And the only way to know is education, patience, and expert verification. If you enjoy honest coin knowledge, real market updates, and collector stories from around the world, subscribe to Coins Collector and share this video with anyone holding a jar of old nickels, because knowledge is worth more than any rumor, and sometimes the real treasure is understanding what you own. As we continue this journey into the world of the 1983 Jefferson nickel, it is important to understand why people all over the world search for valuable coins, and why certain years become legendary. Online coin collecting is not just about money, it is about history, mystery, and the dream that something small and ordinary can become extraordinary. Many collectors remember stories of rare pennies, nickels, and dimes discovered by accident and without checking auction records or grading reports. Real collectors always check facts. They look at completed sales, not asking prices, and they rely on trusted sources like PCGs, NGC, and heritage auctions. These sources show us the real market and the real numbers. Another important factor is survival rate. Although millions of 1983 nickels were minted, very few survived in pristine condition. Most were heavily circulated, used in vending machines, parking meters, and everyday transactions over decades. This means a flawless example is rare, but still not mythical. Rarity is not just about age or mintage, it is about how many examples still exist in top condition. This is why grading matters so much. A difference of one grade point can change a coin's value dramatically. An Ms. 65 coin may be worth a small premium, while an Ms. 68 coin could bring intense bidding from registry set collectors. Registry competition is another reason prices to secure a top population coin. This is where the excitement becomes real, but still grounded in reality, not fantasy. When you hear about a coin selling for a massive amount, always ask these questions: was it certified? Was it a unique error? Was it one of a kind? Was it documented by a major auction house? If the answer is no, then the claim is likely exaggerated or false. Many sellers use words like rare, priceless, or museum quality to attract attention, but seasoned collectors know value is proven not claimed. Now let's talk about the emotional side of coin collecting. Holding a coin connects you to history. The 1983 Jefferson nickel passed through countless hands during a time of economic change, technological growth, and cultural shifts. Every scratch tells a story, every worn edge represents a moment in everyday American life. This emotional value is why people search their change, why children start collections, and why lifelong collectors never stop learning. The real treasure is knowledge. The more you learn, the more protected you become from scams and misinformation. This channel, Coins Collector, is dedicated to building that knowledge step by step so you can collect with confidence and clarity, not fear or false hope. If you have a coin you believe may be special, take clear photos, weigh it, measure it, and compare it to known examples. Never rush to sell, never trust private messages promising huge payouts, and never ship a coin without protection. Patience is rewarded in this hobby. The market favors those who wait, research, and verify. Remember, the internet can make any coin famous, but only the market decides its value. And while the dream of finding $1 million nickel is exciting, the real joy comes from understanding the truth, sharing knowledge, and becoming a smarter collector every day. Stay with us, keep learning, and keep checking your change, because history is still in your hands. Coins Collector. Today, we dive deep into one of the most talked about and misunderstood coins in American numismatic history, the 1939 Jefferson nickel, a coin surrounded by rumors, myths, collector dreams, and exaggerated price claims across the internet. And in this video, we are separating fact from fiction, while showing you exactly why this coin remains one of the most wanted Jefferson nickels ever produced, and how some examples have sold for astonishing prices that shock even seasoned collectors. The Jefferson nickel was introduced in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel, and by 1939, the United States Mint was still refining production techniques, which led to several key varieties errors and proof issues that make this year incredibly important to collectors. The standard 1939 Jefferson nickel was struck at 3 mints: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, and while millions were produced, only a tiny fraction survive today in high grade or with special characteristics that dramatically increase value. The Philadelphia Mint produced both business strikes and proof coins in 1939, making this year one of the earliest proof Jefferson nickels ever created. Proof coins were struck with specially polished dies and planchets, resulting in mirror-like surfaces, sharp details, and exceptional eye appeal. And today, original 1939 proof Jefferson nickels are highly sought after, especially those with full steps visible on Monticello. The steps on Monticello are one of the most critical grading factors for Jefferson nickels, because weak strikes often blur these details. Collectors pay enormous premiums for full steps examples because they demonstrate superior die pressure and perfect metal flow, which was rare in the late 1930s when mint technology was still evolving. A standard circulated 1939 Jefferson nickel may only be worth a few dollars, but when condition, rarity, and strike quality align, prices climb rapidly into the thousands, and in rare cases tens of thousands of dollars. The 1939 D Jefferson nickel from the Denver Mint is particularly famous because Denver struggled with strike quality that year, making full steps examples extremely scarce. Certified coins with 5 or 6 full steps from this mint can command prices exceeding $10,000 at auction, depending on eye appeal, toning, and overall preservation. More intriguing is the legendary 1939 D over S mintmark variety, where a Denver mintmark was punched over a San Francisco mintmark, creating a visible underlying S beneath the D. This variety occurred because dies were reused and repurposed during that era, and today is one of the most desired Jefferson nickel varieties ever discovered. Collectors actively hunt this coin, and confirmed examples, authenticated by major grading services, have sold for impressive sums, sometimes reaching 5 figures when condition is exceptional. Despite exaggerated online claims, no verified 1939 Jefferson nickel has ever sold for millions of dollars. But that does not reduce its importance or desirability. Instead, it highlights how misunderstanding spreads and why education is essential in coin collecting. The true value lies in rarity, condition, historical context, and demand, rather than viral headlines. The 1939's Jefferson nickel also deserves attention because San Francisco produced lower quality strikes with softer details, making sharply struck examples scarce, and valuable full steps 1939 South nickels are rare and highly prized, especially in mint state grades above Ms. 66, where prices rise dramatically. Proof 1939 Jefferson nickels represent another elite category with fewer than 10,000 proofs originally minted and far fewer surviving today. Without damage cleaning or spotting, pristine proofs with deep mirrors and frosted devices are cornerstones of advanced collections and registry sets, and their values continue to climb as collector interest grows worldwide. The Jefferson nickel series has exploded in popularity over the last decade, driven by registry competition, social media exposure, and increased appreciation for modern classic coinage. And the 1939 issue sits at the foundation of that movement because it combines early series history, multiple rare varieties, proof status, and strike challenges all in one year, which is why collectors never stop searching rolls, collections, estate sales, and old albums, hoping to uncover a hidden gem that could change their collection forever. And as values continue to update based on auction results, demand, and population reports, the 1939 Jefferson nickel remains one of the most wanted and respected coins in American numismatics, not because of myths but because of documented rarity, proven auction performance, and enduring collector fascination. As we move deeper into understanding why the 1939 Jefferson nickel remains so valuable to collectors worldwide, it is critical to talk about grading, because grading is where value is truly created or destroyed. A coin that looks impressive to the untrained eye can lose most of its value if it has been improperly cleaned, altered, or damaged. And this is especially true for early Jefferson nickels, because collectors demand originality, natural surfaces, and untouched luster. Professional grading services such as PCGs and NGC evaluate coins under strict standards, focusing on surface preservation, strike quality, luster, eye appeal, and the presence of full steps on Monticello. Full steps are separated horizontal lines at the base of Monticello, and they must be complete and uninterrupted to qualify. Weak strikes, die wear, or bag marks can eliminate this designation entirely, which is why full steps examples from 1939 are extremely rare, especially from the Denver and San Francisco mints. Many collectors mistakenly believe that age alone creates value, but in reality condition rarity is far more important. A worn 1939 nickel that circulated for decades may only bring modest value, while an untouched mint state example with strong strike and attractive toning can be worth thousands of dollars. Even subtle differences, like a single nick across Monticello steps, can reduce value dramatically, which is why experienced collectors use magnification, proper lighting, and reference images when evaluating potential purchases. Authentication is another crucial factor, because rare varieties like the 1939 D/S mintmark have been heavily counterfeited, altered, or misidentified over the years. Genuine examples show specific die markers, mintmark shape, and positioning that cannot be faked easily. And this is why third-party certification is essential for any high-value Jefferson nickel. Uncertified coins may look convincing, but without professional verification, they are risky purchases, and serious collectors avoid them. The proof 1939 Jefferson nickels also present challenges, because many have been cleaned over time, which destroys mirror surfaces and lowers value. Original proofs display deep reflective fields, strong contrast between devices and fields, and no hairlines visible under angled light. Hairlines are microscopic scratches caused by wiping or improper storage, and once present, they permanently affect grade and price. Another important factor influencing current value updates is population data. Population reports show how many examples exist in each grade, and as more collectors submit coins for grading, the true rarity becomes clearer. For 1939 Jefferson nickels, population reports confirm extreme scarcity in high grades with full steps, which explains why auction prices continue to rise. Whenever a top example appears, market demand also plays a role because Jefferson nickel collectors often build complete date and mint sets, and registry competition pushes bidders to pay record prices for the finest known examples. This competitive pressure means that even during slow economic periods, rare Jefferson nickels maintain strength because supply is fixed and demand remains global. Collectors from the United States, Europe, and Asia actively pursue these coins, especially proofs and full steps varieties, which adds international demand pressure. Another fascinating aspect of the 1939 Jefferson nickel story is how many valuable examples remain undiscovered because millions of these coins were saved in rolls, albums, and estate collections, and many were never examined under modern grading standards. Stories regularly surface of collectors finding rare varieties in inherited collections or old dealer stock purchased decades ago before values exploded, which fuels the ongoing hunt and keeps excitement alive for new collectors entering the hobby. Price updates show that while no 1939 Jefferson nickel has reached million-dollar status, verified auction results regularly show 4- and 5-figure prices for elite examples, and as grading standards tighten and collector knowledge increases, these prices are expected to remain strong long-term, making the 1939 Jefferson nickel not just a collectible, but a historical artifact representing early modern American coinage, mint experimentation, and the evolution of numismatic appreciation. And in the next part, we will explore detailed auction records, famous collections, unexpected discoveries, and expert strategies collectors use to identify potential high-value Jefferson nickels before the rest of the market catches on. We are talking about one of the most searched and most misunderstood coins in American history, the Jefferson nickel 1948. Many people on the internet claim this small 5-cent coin can be worth millions of dollars, and this statement creates huge excitement for beginners and new collectors. But the real story is more interesting and more realistic, and if you understand the truth, you can still find coins that are worth hundreds and even thousands of dollars. The Jefferson nickel series started in 1938, and by 1948 the United States Mint had already produced millions of these coins. The 1948 Jefferson nickel features the portrait of President Thomas Jefferson on the front side, and his famous home Monticello on the back. This design was created by Felix Schlag, and it became one of the longest-running designs in American coin history. The 1948 nickel was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, and each mint has different rarity levels and values. Now, the big question is, can a 1948 Jefferson nickel really be worth millions of dollars? The simple answer is almost never. In normal condition, a regular nickel that has been used in daily transactions is usually worth only a few cents to a few dollars, but there are special situations where the value increases dramatically, and these situations are what collectors search for every day. The first factor that increases value is mint mark. The 1948 nickel without a mint mark was made in Philadelphia, the 1948 D was made in Denver, and the 1948 S was made in San Francisco. Generally, the San Francisco mint coins are slightly more desirable in high grades because fewer were produced compared to Philadelphia coins, but still millions exist, so rarity alone is not enough to reach huge prices. The second and most important factor is condition. Coin collectors use a grading scale from poor condition to mint state. Mint state means the coin looks almost brand new with sharp details, strong luster, and no heavy scratches. A 1948 nickel in circulated condition may be worth $1 or less, but a mint state example graded Ms. 65 or higher can sell for $50, $100, or even more depending on appeal and demand. The third factor is errors and varieties. This is where the dream of finding a jackpot coin becomes possible. Error coins are coins that were struck with mistakes during the minting process, such as double die, off-center strike, clipped planchet, or repunched mint marks. These mistakes are rare because quality control usually catches them, but a few escape into circulation, and these coins can become extremely valuable. A strong double die or dramatic off-center strike on a 1948 nickel could reach hundreds or even thousands of dollars, especially if certified by professional grading companies. Another important category is full steps nickels. On the reverse side of the coin you can see steps on Monticello building when these steps are fully visible, and sharp collectors call it full steps. This detail is very hard to find because most coins were weakly struck or worn over time. A 1948 nickel with full steps in very high mint state grades like Ms. 66 or Ms. 67 can sell for thousands of dollars at auctions. This is the closest realistic path to extremely high value, but still millions of dollars is almost impossible unless a unique historical error appears. Auction history shows that top-quality 1948 nickels with perfect surfaces, blazing luster, and full steps have reached impressive prices, sometimes over $10,000, but these coins are extremely rare and usually found in old collections, bankrolls, or estate sales, not in everyday pocket change. This is why collectors always recommend checking old jars, coin albums, and inherited collections carefully. So, why do people say millions? The answer is hype and misunderstanding. Social media videos often exaggerate coin values to attract viewers. While it is true that some coins in American history have sold for millions, those are usually unique gold coins, rarely silver dollars, or one-of-a-kind mint errors, not common 5-cent nickels from the late 1940s. However, the excitement is not useless, because searching coins can still be profitable, educational, and fun. If you want to hunt for a valuable 1948 Jefferson nickel, you should look for shiny surfaces, strong details, no scratches, clear lettering, and especially sharp steps on Monticello. Also check for strange doubling, misprints, or unusual shapes. These signs indicate a possible error. Coin using a magnifying glass or coin loop will greatly improve your chances, and storing coins in protective holders will maintain their value. Another smart step is certification. Professional grading companies like PCGs and NGC evaluate coins and assign official grades. Certified coins usually sell for higher prices because buyers trust the authenticity and condition. This is very important if you believe you found a rare, high-grade or error nickel, because certification can turn a small discovery into a major sale. In conclusion, the 1948 Jefferson nickel is not normally worth millions of dollars, but it is still a very collectible coin with real potential value, especially in high mint state grades with full steps or unique mint errors. The true treasure is knowledge, patience, and careful observation. Many collectors started with simple nickels and built impressive collections over time, so the next time you see a 1948 nickel, do not ignore it, examine it closely, because even if it is not worth millions, it might still be worth far more than 5 cents. And the thrill of discovery is what makes coin collecting one of the most exciting hobbies in the world. Treasure hunters, today, we are talking about a coin that many people ignore every single day, but this small 5-cent coin can sometimes surprise you with hidden value. The 1981 Jefferson nickel is one of those coins that sits quietly in drawers, piggy banks, and old jars, yet some rare versions of this coin can attract serious attention from collectors around the world. This video is for everyone who loves coins, beginners, experts, and anyone who has old US coins at home, because you might already own a hidden gem without even realizing it. The Jefferson nickel design has been part of American history since 1938, featuring the portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the front and his famous home Monticello on the back. The 1981 nickel was produced in large numbers at 2 major mint locations, Philadelphia and Denver, and also in San Francisco for proof coins. Even though millions were minted, not every coin is the same condition. Mint errors, shine, and rarity all play a big role in value, and that is where the excitement begins for collectors. Most 1981 Jefferson nickels found in circulation are worth only face value, which is 5 cents. But collectors are not searching for normal worn coins, they are hunting for coins in mint state condition, coins with full steps on Monticello, and coins with rare minting errors. A perfect uncirculated 1981 nickel graded Ms. 65 or higher by professional grading services can sell for several dollars, and sometimes even more depending on demand, eye appeal, and population reports. Now, let's talk about the full steps variety, because this is where the real interest grows. Full steps means the steps of Monticello building on the reverse side are clearly visible, and sharply struck coins with 5 or 6 full steps are much harder to find, because many nickels were weakly struck during production. Collectors pay strong premiums for these coins, especially in high grades. A 1981D full steps nickel graded Ms. 67 or above can reach impressive prices in auctions, sometimes crossing hundreds of dollars, and in rare top population cases, even more. Another important factor is mint errors. Errors turn ordinary coins into extraordinary collectibles. For the 1981 Jefferson nickel, some known errors include off-center strikes, double die obverse or reverse die cracks, clipped planchets, and wrong planchet errors. These mistakes happen during the minting process and make each coin unique. Collectors love uniqueness because it creates rarity, and rarity creates value. A dramatic off-center or double die example in high condition can sell for hundreds or even thousands, depending on severity and certification. Proof coins from San Francisco Mint also deserve attention. These coins were specially made for collectors with mirror-like surfaces and sharp details. A deep cameo proof 1981 South Jefferson nickel graded PR69 or PR70 can sell for strong prices, especially if certified by major grading companies. While they are not usually worth millions, they still hold premium value compared to regular circulation coins, and they are easier to preserve because they were not meant for everyday spending. When people hear the phrase worth millions, it usually refers to extremely rare error coins or hypothetical perfect condition pieces combined with historical significance. Market hype and collector competition. Realistically, most 1981 nickels will not reach millions, but the dream of finding an ultra-rare mint error or highest known grade keeps collectors searching through rolls and collections every single day, and that excitement is what makes coin collecting such an addictive and rewarding hobby. Condition is king in coin collecting. Always remember this rule: a shiny uncirculated coin stored safely for decades can be worth many times more than a worn example. Grading services like PCGs and NGC play a huge role, because certified coins gain trust in the market. Buyers feel safer paying higher prices when authenticity and condition are guaranteed. This is why many serious collectors send their best coins for professional grading. If you want to search for valuable 1981 Jefferson nickels, start by checking mint marks. Located near Jefferson's ponytail, look for D for Denver, no mint mark for Philadelphia, and S for San Francisco. Proof coins use a magnifying glass or coin loupe to inspect steps on Monticello. Search for doubling in letters and numbers and examine the coin edges and surfaces for unusual shapes or strike errors. Patience and attention to detail are the secret weapons of successful coin hunters. Storage and preservation are equally important. Never clean your coins, because cleaning can destroy original surfaces and reduce value. Instead, store them in coin holders, flips, or albums away from moisture, heat, and chemicals. Maintaining original luster and avoiding scratches will protect long-term value and make your collection more attractive to future buyers. The 1981 Jefferson nickel may look small and ordinary, but within this simple coin, a world of history, craftsmanship, and collecting potential. While most examples are worth only a few cents, certain high-grade full steps coins, rare errors, and perfect proofs can command impressive prices and continue to grow in demand as more collectors enter the hobby. The thrill of discovery is what keeps the coin community alive, and every nickel you check could be the one that surprises you. So, before you spend or ignore your old 5-cent coins, take a closer look, because coin collecting is not just about money, it is about history, patience, knowledge, and the excitement of finding something rare in the most unexpected places. The 1981 Jefferson nickel proves that even the smallest coin can carry big stories, and sometimes big value for those who are willing to search, learn, and never stop exploring the world of coins.